Hi, I've prepared some interesting information for you today, and I know that Carolina fans will come back to look at it. As a result, the market is still in the midst of a price correction, which is excellent news for us because it means the price will fluctuate widely and put us in a favorable position from which to make future purchases. Moreover, the market will soon return to the lower levels it has been at for the past week. The months reset to the lowest position of 90 digits, and we get to start over at 15, 20, and beyond. Unfortunately, I couldn't illustrate this with a year chart, as that would just show a straight line. However, we were able to observe that it was a numerical defeat over here in this position, and we will most likely be able to recover our previous standing soon enough. Moreover, we had an 18.6 with 3 zeros if it had been possible. We anticipate regaining our current standing and then expanding our earnings per dollar to between 1 cent and 10 cents. And if the terrible one is going to burn 90%, 99% of the tokens, they come back practically. He continued, "Don't miss out on the latest information, renew your subscription now." So far, we've accumulated a total of 4, which Luda, Duke's original founder, and Terra, has no plans to visit South Korea. The tragic collapse of Terra is well known even to someone who has never left their house. The scope of the initiative caused ripples to be felt all around the world, and it even led authorities to speed up the pace at which they were implementing new rules. In particular, Korea is particularly interested in the matter and has been investigating it extensively, including questioning anybody and everyone with ties to Terraform Labs and its inventor, Duke University professor Michael Mann. That possibility had been accounted for. The global community had faith that South Korean authorities would do the right thing and arrest Warren. Contrarily, affirmed that Duke's decision to appear in an interview with a coinage address and the collapse of his Project Tech One shed light on his relationship with his source Korea if South Korean investigators hadn't reached out to him as creating history. After the $45 billion failure of the project, I interviewed the Terra startup's creator for the first time. The first public appearance of our 2-day chat will be on the NFTV series coin, which is held by the community. Zero's Phil H. Media. Coming one person's whereabouts became known immediately following the crash on Monday. Many others assumed he had gone to Singapore to avoid being arrested by authorities, but Kwan said he had already relocated before the collision, and that his family had been on the road for some time due to threats against them. In addition, the Ministry of Justice in South Korea was requested by South Korean prosecutors to require a notification upon arrival in Kwan. Upon the subject's admission into the country, the investigating force is typically called as part of a notice upon their arrival step when an urgent investigation on the subject is necessary. Kwan agreed with them and said it was a tough call whether or not to return. Although, if he did, it wouldn't depend on the findings of the investigation. If so, why isn't one already serving time? There's a schism in the cryptocurrency market, and the community is questioning the most recent developments. Some people are relieved to hear that it was caught, while others are perplexed as to why criminals with such a track record are still at large. U.S. sanctions on traumatic currency went into effect last week, and Dutch authorities detained Parrot as he was writing the platform's actual code, including the method through which the bad actor had decided to fail the community. Cohen, when asked about the end of terrorism, said he hadn't given the possibility much thought, before adding, "Several South Korean financial institutions have come under scrutiny recently for potentially fraudulent transactions totaling $6.5 billion. Many cryptocurrency enterprises have also come under intense scrutiny from national regulators. Still, you can always reach out to Kwana." So, here concludes our time together on the Turtle Island Classic. In addition to coming to the next one to view it, you should subscribe, link, and share it with your friends so that they can see it too.